All right, it's recording. So, thanks again for coming on here tonight, you guys. My name is Tammy Nevins. I'm Triple Diamond Leader. And I wanted to just kind of touch base with all of you guys and recap our last couple mini boot camps that we had. We had one on the East Coast last weekend, and then we had one this past weekend in Grand Rapids. So, I do see, let me see if I see some of the girls. There's Mira and Erica and Amy. Okay, good. So I'm going to have you guys, if you don't mind, just take over a little bit and maybe recap um, your mini boot camp experience, because I know you guys had an awesome turnout and you guys were super, super energized after leaving there. And just go from there and kind of explain what you experienced and maybe aha moments. So whoever wants to volunteer, we're going to kind of keep this spontaneous. I don't know if Mira or Amy, one of you guys want to take over?
Yeah, Amy, do you want to start?
No, you can start.
Okay. Well, great. Yeah. So we, Amy and I didn't really know what to expect. I could say we both were definitely planning this blind a little bit because, here we are double diamonds and we were really blessed to even have the opportunity to organize something like this, but it ended up being amazing. We had a lot of leaders there, including a presidential diamond here in Maine, Meg Moulton, a triple, Laura, and tons and tons of doubles. So everybody, and then Andrea also was on the panel as a diamond. So there was just a lot of really good ideas, and we went through the full mini boot camp schedule. So apparently that's not always happening, but we did the normal 3.5 hours. I'm sure you guys did in Grand Rapids too. So we really covered a ton of topics. I think, for us up here, so many, I think other than maybe Patty Mann, I'm the only person on my entire double diamond team that has ever gone to a corporate event. So that is absolutely insane if you think about it, because I've been in the business for 2.5 years. So for my team, it's like completely been amazing. They are fired up. I think Erica can vouch for this. I'm seeing volume, like really inspired. I think what's cool about events is they're not just listening to me and maybe Tammy anymore. They're hearing a really diverse group of leaders that have different color personalities and different ways they built their business. And that's why events are so huge, because, there's different ways to succeed. And, I teach my way because it's worked for me, but that doesn't mean it's the right way for everybody. So I just think that was great. And specifically, I'm seeing a ton of parties and vendor events getting booked for a season that's normally slower. So we're really excited on our team, and I think it's going to be amazing. For the end of the come back to Amy, if you want to jump in.
Yeah, so it really, if for those of you that haven't gotten to an event, it really does fire you up. And it's so funny because I've been to so many events, the little events, corporate events, everything. And every time you go, you hear something different. Some of these tips, like I think it was Nikki, that said something about screenshotting. So like when you add a friend or whatever, she screenshots right after so she doesn't forget. I'm like, son of a bitch. I never thought of that, So it was awesome. And Andrea, I need to talk to you because I have in my notes something that you do at vendor events that I absolutely fell in love with. Something about your postcard and how you do that. And I've scheduled a vendor event, so we need to talk. But you learn so much from so many other people. So getting to events is so super important. I will tell you, it was It was amazing planning this event. I absolutely loved it. If I could do this every day of my life.
That was our job, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I absolutely loved it, but I will tell you that there is so much to it. So for those of you that go, it's not as easy to plan as you think. But well, I say that now. I think I could do it just like that now that I've done it once, but there's so many little legalities that you have to follow. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's just that this company has given you every little detail that you need. And then when you get so many different team members to help out, it's a complete blessing. I had an absolute blast, and it completely fired me up. And I do have to thank, so even though she wasn't there, I was ripping my hair out the night before I don't know if you guys saw the hashtag that we had. I was really adamant I wanted a hashtag so everybody could follow along, ripping my freaking hair out. I had no idea what to go with. It was like midnight. I'm like pretty much crying trying to make this board. It was awful. And I absolutely love what she came up with because it was IWINME. So it was either It Works in Maine, I Win Me, or I Win Maine. You know, there was such a play on words.
Really smart.
It was awesome. And Tracy, Ruggiero, Higgins, however you want to know her. To me, she'll always be Ruggiero. But anyway, she's the one that came up with it. And when she taught, I almost just started crying because I was just so thankful. But it was that was a huge hit. So it's funny how something so small can make a huge difference.
That's awesome. That's exciting. And awesome job, Tracy. I know Amy messaged me at one point saying I need hashtags, and I'm so non-original. I was like, I don't know, boot camp, maybe. I don't even know what
I know. That's where I was, Tammy.
I'm like, this is random. Like, yeah, Tracy's definitely way better at that than I am. So awesome job, Tracy. So yeah, I just heard nothing but positive things from everyone who went to that mini boot camp. And for all of you who are on here, like if you have not been to an event, like I don't really think you can fully understand the energy, the excitement, the passion, the drive that you get when you go to an event. Everybody on here who's been to one, you know, yeah, I definitely like know that you know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about the Grand Rapids boot camp now, mini boot camp, because, and I'm not going to go into depth about it. Like, you know, the people that were there and they experienced it. We were at the Diamonds and Above training as well. I actually volunteered during a large portion of it, so I didn't, unfortunately, didn't get as much out of it as some of the other girls who are on here got. So if you guys want to hop in at any point, that's fine. But the Diamonds and Above training, there were some certain things. Okay, so Pam Souter was there at our Grand Rapids boot camp, and she led the Diamonds and Above training for us. So talk about freaking inspiration and you know, someone who is going to give it to you how it's supposed to be and not like, you know, cookie cutter around things and stumble around things or walk on eggshells around us. She's very, if you have not heard Pam talk, she's very like tells it how it is. She's very in your face. Like it's a wake up call. Like I've actually had one-on-one conversation with Pam Souter, and she put me in a spot, put me in my place, and I will never forget it. So, but it's all because she truly cares about us. She knows that we have what it takes to be successful. She knows that every single one of us has what it takes to be successful. It's just that there's a select few that choose to actually do what it takes to be successful. So we kind of talked about that a little bit at the Diamonds and Above. She really put a huge emphasis on, and we've talked about this as well, on not just hiding behind your computer. That's been something that a lot of people have been doing to grow their business recently. And so then, someone you join someone who basically use social media to work your business, and you just automatically do the same thing because that's what your upline has taught you to do. And so you just grow your business naturally posting on social media. Well, she opened up this training thanking us for all of our advertisements on social media. And then she paused and she said, you are giving a lot of us who are working out in the field a lot of business. She said, she had interactions with somebody at the airport who, just said, hey, have you tried that crazy wrap thing type of a thing? And the girl was like, oh, I think somebody in my, on my Facebook, I think a friend of mine on Facebook has tried it or does that or sells it or whatever. And she's like, oh, well, what's her name? And she's like, couldn't remember her name. I mean, it's just a friend on Facebook. It's not really a friend that she knows and hangs out with. It was just someone she saw on Facebook. And Pam's like, well, has this friend reached out to you? Has she offered it to you? Has she offered to wrap you or anything? And she's like, no, I haven't heard anything from her. And Pam's like, well, have you tried a wrap or have you tried any of our products? And she's like, no, I haven't. And she's like, well, what's this girl's last name? Like, maybe we can connect you. I'd like you to connect with her and have her reach out to you and sell you a wrap or put a wrap on you. And she's like, I don't know. She didn't even know the person's last name. Well, like Pam said, that was an easy sale for me. This girl, the girl did all the advertising for her. The girl, her Facebook friend, did all this advertising. She's always posting about It Works. So the girl knew about It Works, but she had never been actually asked to try a wrap or to use a product or to be a product tester. And she really put the emphasis on posting on social media is all fine and dandy, but we have to do more than that. As independent business owners, if we want this business to grow, if we want to grow our business, bring in loyal customers, bring in distributors, we cannot just post on social media. We have to ask. We have to reach out and message people. We have to get out into the real world and talk to people. We have to do face-to-face, one-on-ones, parties, expos, events. I mean, I talk about this all the time with you guys about how important it is to not just do social media, but that just drove it home that much more this weekend about how we're doing things the right way. Our team is doing things the right way. If you have never done a It Works party, if you have never done a party, if you have never done a one-on-one, if you've never wrapped somebody in person, that needs to be your goal for the next 30 days. You need to do that. You need to get out from behind your computer. Posting is fine. It's great. But if you're not reaching out, you're not messaging people, you're not scheduling one-on-ones, you're not scheduling wrap appointments, you're not booking parties, you're not booking events, you are missing out on a huge, huge opportunity with this business. A lot of people are coming to me saying, I'm not signing anybody. I can't get a distributor. I can't sign any loyal customers. I'm going to do a little shout out to Mira tonight because she posted in her team page, and I don't do this for you guys because I just don't, but she gives her team challenges and it's like, post this or send this message to people or do this or do that. And she sent, oh gosh, I don't remember exactly how it went, but she said, send this message out to at least 20 people tonight. And this is what I do all the time. I'm always messaging people. I'm always reaching out to people on my Instagram, not as much on Facebook randomly, but I do a lot of random messaging on Instagram. And just like, hey, I don't really want to bother you. I don't want to come across as, too forward, but I know you're probably noticing my health and wellness posts. Are you interested in trying a product for the next 30 days? You can get my or for the next 90 days, you can get my you can get an awesome discount doing it. And so I actually copied it and was like, hey, I don't really do scripts usually, but that one seemed to flow pretty well. So I was like, it was like 11:30 at night. I was ready to go to bed, to be honest with you guys. Last night, I was exhausted. I was tired. I didn't want to do my messaging. But I was like, you know what? I've got to do it. You know, what would I want my team to do? What would I expect from you guys? I have to do that too. So I sat down and I took Mira's message because I didn't have the brain cell to make one for my a message of my own. And I messaged at least 50 people last night. And I just went through on my Instagram, and I don't know how many of you guys use Instagram versus Facebook, but I used Instagram. I went down my list of everybody who had actually recently liked my posts. So no matter what, I mean, I do every other post. So I do a product or I do a lifestyle, and then I do a inspirational quote usually. And I do like black and white quotes, and then I do a picture in color. So if you ever have seen my Instagram, it's just, I try to do it like aesthetically pleasing or whatever. So anyway, I just went down. I don't care. Like, I'm just going to message everybody who liked my post, whether or not it was at works related or not. And I woke up this morning to 7 messages. One person who actually, I responded back to all 7 right away in the morning. She sent me her phone number. I called her on the phone this morning, and she signed up as a loyal customer, and she ordered greens and relief from me because I just worked with her goals, you know. So I'm like, I instantly got 1 loyal customer, and I have 4 more working loyal customers on that one message that I sent out. And this is how simple it can be, you guys. And I feel like the work, if you're putting the work in, if you're sending out messages, if you're messaging regularly, you can do this. Like, people will come, people will sign up, you will get those loyal customers and those distributors. I have not seen a whole lot of that kind of stuff going on. There's not been a lot of action. And I know it's like, you know, school starting, whatever, things are changing, but we need to focus. If you guys want to get to diamond and above, or, you know, even above diamond in this business, you have to focus on working your business. That has to be a priority. So for me at 11:30 at night, that was a priority to me. I made sure to get at least 50 messages out before I went to bed last night. And like, is that what you guys are doing? Like, how are you guys growing your business right now? What is working for you? What is not? And like, really what Pam said just drove home to me how important that was to make sure to get reach out to people and ask them. You can't just be posting on social media and say, I post 3 to 5 times a day. No one's signing up. No one's messaging me back. No one's responding to me. Well, you know what? No one is going to respond to you. I'm just going to tell you, like, right now, no one is going to respond to you. You have to reach out, and you have to take that initiative to message people and ask for that sale, whatever it may be. So like, if you ask for it and you ask them to be a product tester, or you reach out and you say you're looking for 3 more people to join your team, or, you know, whatever it may be. My scripts are always changing, but like, how many of you are actually reaching out and messaging people? Or if social media is not your forte, how many of you are actually booking events? How many people have parties on the books right now? Like, she really pushed home parties to us this weekend. Like, how many of you have one-on-one set up if you're not a big party person? Or you're doing online parties regularly? You know, we have to think of all different ways of running our business. We can't fully 100% depend on our Facebook platform or Instagram platform and just mainly posting to grow our business. Does that make sense? I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys are seeing that that's not all it takes anymore to be able to get to Ambassador Diamond, or even to get to Diamond and above, and a stable Diamond and above, and a strong Diamond and above in this company. I want you guys all to be successful. So that's why I really push home doing those face-to-face events and expos and things like that. Debbie and I are leaving on Saturday for Florida for a huge esthetician show. We do it. You know, we're double and triple diamond, and we are doing the work. We are booking these events. We are booking these expos. We book parties. We do the work because we know it produces what we want, which is loyal customers and distributors. So she also said, you know, in order to be like let's say you want to earn $100,000 a month. That's a black diamond, right? So in order to be a $100,000 a month earner, you have to be a $100,000 a month earner. So like you have to become that person. So we also talked about mindset, which we all talk about that as well. Debbie, I'll let you talk after I say this. I just saw a part of your comment. So like, how many of you guys are doing self-development? You know, there are always going to be ups and downs in this business. And the thing is that you have to get yourself and your mind formed around the fact that no matter what, you know where you're heading. You know. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to think twice. You don't have to question that. Like for me, I know there's ups and downs in this business. I know we've gone through a downtime in this business. I know things have been, you know, maybe not as productive as I've wanted them to be. But I know, like, my eye is on the prize and I'm focused and I'm going forward and I'm bringing my team with me. So, like, are you feeling that? Do you feel like no matter what, you're a $5,000 a month earner or a $10,000 a month earner or whatever your goal is? Do you feel like you are that person? You know, and that's another thing. Like, do you feel that you're worthy of that position? So maybe, I know Mira is unmuted.
Yeah, Tammy, can I say something about that? I mean, I really struggle, you know, even at my level, like I've struggled with getting there mentally with triple diamond. So people who don't know me, I'm a double diamond now and have been for a while. And I haven't even talked to Amy about this, but the whole boot camp literally washed all of that away because I was acting. I mean, Amy, again, I haven't told you this, but I felt like we were acting like triple the presidentials, even though we were doubles and we were basically doing the same thing. And I really, 2 days after that, it just was like, wow, all of that fear and that insecurity is totally gone and I'm ready. And I think that's duplicable at lower levels as well. If you step into the leadership, you say, okay, I'm an executive, but I'm going to try to act like a diamond, or I'm going to try to act like an emerald. I've actually seen some of the rubies and emeralds on my team do this coming out of boot camp. They're like, I want to be a leader. And, you know, if you just start acting that way and put yourself in situations where you can build that confidence as a leader, it is really a difference maker as opposed to just sitting on your hands and being nervous about it. So I just encourage people, no matter where you are, if you have a distributor or a team under you, push yourself to go into that leadership mode, because as soon as you get comfortable and realize that you're doing a good job or you work on it, you're going to feel like you deserve that rank. And that's exactly what happened to me last weekend.
That's awesome. And actually, it's funny that you talk about that and you messaged me about that. And then I think it was today or yesterday, you know, how your time hop or whatever pops up on Facebook. Guess where I was heading along with Debbie 2 years ago? We were heading out to Boston to do a training with our East Coast team as a double diamond and a diamond. We had no corporate working with us. We went out there by ourselves. Not even technically should have done a training. Or
Right.
You know, at that time, 2 years ago, we had no guidance. Nobody was telling us what to do. No one told us how to do it. But we had a team that said, we want guidance. We want leadership. We want somebody to come out here and teach us and train our teams. And at that point, Debbie had an emerging team in the East Coast, and I had a team out there, and we were like, we're going to do it. And we did it. We went out there and we did it as a double and diamond. And now you look back and it's like, holy shit, isn't it? Like, we didn't even know what we were doing. How the heck did that happen? But it's like, really, the belief that you get in yourself, the excitement you get and the possibilities, and you see your team, like, just this excitement in their eyes and the fire in their souls when they hear things and they talk to you, and like, you're a real person and you're there, and it's like, it's unbelievable. And that's what we want for all of you guys. We want you all to experience that. And I was so proud of you guys for like doing that event, even though you feel like you're not quite there yet. And I think Amanda was on here, Amanda Trin, And she had said something about that, like about getting a mini boot camp, but she's like, I'm not triple yet. And it's like, you don't have to be. You can do this. Really diamond and above is leadership level. If you want to be doing a training or leading your team, you can do it at any level. You just have to have that belief in yourself and know that you can do it. And you guys did an awesome job.
Okay. Can I jump in now?
Poor Debbie, sorry.
No, that's okay. What I was going to say is when we went out to Maine, I was just a diamond, like not being like just a diamond, but I just got to diamond level. But we had been doing those kind of trainings since we were executive in Rubies. Like seriously, we trained our local team as executives in Rubies that way. So it didn't seem like something that we shouldn't have done, or because you guys, if you have a team below you, you're a leader. Plain and simple. Doesn't matter what rank you're at. If your team wants team trainings, you sit with them and do team trainings. You train them and you do it at any rank that you are. Doesn't matter. And leaders are just people that have the desire to lead. That's it. Really, we call diamond rank a leader. Yeah, that's great. But there are people that get to diamond and are not leaders because they have no desire to lead. So you have to decide whether you're going to be a leader or not, and you have to step up to the plate if you're going to be a leader or not. So that's that part of it. But I wanted to say my aha moment from the boot camp with Pam Souter. She worded something, and I wrote it down in my notebook, about parties. Like a lot of people are so scared to do parties, one-on-one parties or in-person parties. I'm sorry, online parties do not yield the same amount of loyal customers and distributors that face-to-face parties do. If you've never done a face-to-face party, you guys, seriously, you get in front of people for 2 hours and you sign distributors and customers on the spot. Easy, super easy. So Pam Sauter said, the more you do parties, and yeah, it's scary. Tammy and I flubbed a bunch of parties at first, and we kind of can laugh about it now. But we were newbies, and we had no clue what we were doing because Stephanie did one for us, and then she told us, you're on your own. But the more you do parties, the more you're speaking confidence into your business. So if you're talking about the wrap and you're talking to people about how amazing the wrap is, you're speaking that over yourself over and over and over, and the more belief you're going to get about the product and about the company. You're speaking about your why over and over and over. You're speaking that life into your business and that life into your why, and you're going to have more passion about it because you're talking about it. If you just sit back and not say anything and not do anything, your passion is going to dwindle really fast. So that's why when she said that, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so true, because we did so many parties at first, like so many, and got in front of so many people, in front of mom-to-mom shows, expos, bridal shows. And we booked, I bet in our first year, we did probably over 70 parties our first year. Like literally, we were doing them every weekend. And that just gave us so much confidence, you guys. Like just speaking about the product, speaking about our passion for the business, our whys, our stories, testimonies, that gave us so much confidence that we propelled forward in this business and hit our ranks that we wanted to achieve. We're still going forward and wanting to go to get more ranks and stuff. And that's why we keep booking events and booking parties, because we know that that's what got us to where we wanted to be, and we're going to continue doing what worked. So that was my aha moment. I loved how she worded that.
Mm-hmm. I like that too. And I mean, it was amazing that she just kept saying, like, thank you to all of you who are, she'd say, thank you all for your advertisements. And it took me like 3 minutes to like figure out what the frick she was saying. She was saying advertisements, but the way she had like some she has some sort of accent or something. I'm like, I don't even know what she's saying. So she's like, thank you for all of your advertisements on social media, because that's helping everybody else who's out like actually talking to people, sign customers and distributors. So it's like an aha moment. Like, if all you're doing is posting on social media and you're like, I'm posting, I'm not getting anywhere, guess what? That person's being blitzed by somebody, 2 weeks from now, and they're going to sign up as a customer under them instead of through you because you never reached out to them when they liked your post or whatever it may be. So that, for me, that was a big aha moment. Now, I don't want to keep this too long, but I really want to like hit home. We've already been talking about events. We talked about like how life-changing these mini boot camps are. There's a boot camp in Nashville coming up this weekend that I think a few of you girls are going to be at, which is freaking amazing. I'm so excited for you. And I totally would have been there if I didn't already have a huge expo plan in Florida that I'm flying down to. And hopefully this next hurricane coming avoids Fort Lauderdale, because that's where we're heading. So anyway, another thing that Pam mentioned that I actually wrote it down was there is power in proximity. So if you really think about that, some of you guys that are not like in Grand Rapids, around where this company started, we have like monthly One Team One Missions here. We are so blessed. And honestly, people in our area take it for granted. They definitely do. They don't go to the One Team One Missions every single month. They don't plug into all the events. We have a lot of team that does, but we also have a lot of team that's not. So I really want to drive home to you how important it is to get to the events. If you have one close to you, how important it is to drop everything and be there. If this business means that much to you, if you are really 100% all in on this business, if you're on this Zoom, I would assume that you're 100% all in this business. I mean, these are the types of things that you plug into if you want to be successful. So for me, like, that would be like not even a thought in my mind. I would be there, And so in turn, it came to talking about conference. So conference is in February. I don't know if you guys know that, but I think I've already at least had one post on our team page about it. It's February 1st through 3rd. It's in Tampa, Florida. Yes, 100%. It is in Tampa, Florida. I've had a lot of questions about that. That was from Stephanie and Joel and Pam, and everybody else has said that. So it will be there this year. And it is going to be a little bit different. They're going to do things a little bit differently at this conference than they've done in years past, which none of us have experienced before. So I think it's going to be an amazing, amazing experience for all of us who are there. I would 100% advocate you guys make the time and make the effort to be there. This is one time a year, and it's 5 months away. So try to figure it out if you have to. I've got to figure out childcare. We've got that whole thing going on too. We've got all the excuses going on too, but make it happen. It does not matter. Make it happen and make it work if you want to be successful in this business. You plug in. There is power in proximity. You plug in with these people, top leaders, top income earners, people who are the same mindset and have the same excitement and passion for this business that you do. I mean, there is nothing like it. If you're surrounded by negativity and people are bringing you down left and right, and you don't have the support system that you want, you need to be there. You, of all people, need to be there. You know what I mean? It's like, if you feel like you just have all these people that just don't understand where you're coming from or what you're doing or why you're doing it, that's when you need to be at an event like this, because you will leave there with a brand new fire in your soul, and you will not believe what happens to your business in the next, upcoming year. I know some things that are going to be happening. Pam did say at the mini boot camp that there was going to be a new product launched in a nanosecond. That was her words. I'm assuming there is a possibility that it will be at Nashville even, boot camp. There might be something announced there. I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on that, but I just have a feeling like she said something was going to be announced in a nanosecond. She also said there were new countries, plural countries, coming out. So we have a huge amount of explosion in our company in the coming months. If you guys are there for that and you experience that energy and you just are like, I mean, I can't explain it. This upcoming year will be what, our 4th or 5th conference that we've been to. We have not missed one since we've started, Debbie and I. Our very first conference, we were executive in Ruby, and we had no idea what the heck we were doing. We were just told by our cousin we had to be there. We had no excuse. So usually in October, they announce the conference tickets, or the conference tickets will be available. There's usually a payment plan. So if finances are an issue for you guys, there's usually a payment plan. It usually is a 3 to 4 month payment plan. You can pay like $70, $75. I don't know. It's less than $100 a month for 3 or 4 months. You also get wrap rewards usually with that. So you get like 3 wrap rewards or something like that. So that, you know, you can turn in 3 boxes of wraps. You can sell those wraps. I mean, if you have a drive and a passion to make this happen, you will make this happen. There is no excuse. You will find a way to get there, because this can be that life-changing for you. You get to conference and you hear about someone who went to conference as like, I mean, my first year went to conference as a Ruby, and by June, I was double diamond. So like that quickly, you can go from Ruby to double diamond by the summer. Think about where you want to be next summer. If you get to conference and you have that fire in your heart and your soul and you just want to do this, you will make it happen. But it's a mindset thing too. You have to leave with that fire, but you have to do the work. You can't just go to conference. Some people think like conference is this magical ticket. Like I sit my butt in the seats at conference and then all of a sudden I leave and I'm going to be triple diamond. It doesn't work that way. Like you actually have to do the work, but it gives you these aha moments and it trains you and it teaches you and you learn things that you didn't know before. Yeah, last year there is early bird tickets and it's usually announced in October. I think last year it was $225 was the early bird ticket. So if you can get in early, you can also do the payment plan with that, but just make sure you're one of the first people to buy the tickets, and it's $225. Get in that payment plan if you need to. I mean, make your first payment. You have 5 months to get a plane ticket, and you have 5 months to figure out a place to stay. I mean, if you need to, I know last year we've had team that like 8 people stayed in one hotel room. They just like crammed in. You bring food if you need to, you know, like you make it work. I mean, Debbie and I pinched our pennies all the way through our first conference. We did not have any extra money. We didn't stay in the same hotel as all the top leaders. We just tried to make sure we were there, like in the area and soaking up every moment we could. But, you know, I can't say enough about conference and about getting there, you guys. Like to me, it's no excuses, because I was never allowed an excuse by my upline, who is the #1 money earner in our company and who is all of your guys' upline as well. So if you want to be like her, and if you want to get to double diamond, double, triple diamond or above, you just have no excuse but to be at conference. It just, you have to do it for your business. And it's a tax write-off. Like all these things are a tax write-off. Your travel, everything, you know, you don't have to worry about that. So make it happen. Anybody else want to say anything or add anything or ask a question? I know Debbie was doing some things. She has been posting like a mad woman on Facebook Marketplace, selling a bunch of her household items that she didn't have need for anymore, or like baby stuff and things that the kids have outgrown. And she's been saving a bunch of money, and she's actually doing it for like Christmas money. So she has like, her plan is to save $600 in cash. But think about it. Start selling some stuff on Facebook Marketplace. You get cash from these people. They'll come buy your stuff. Go ahead, Amy.
So I have sold stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I've sold on a couple, like we have like some local sites like Bridgeton Barter, stuff like that. And ultimately, I've gotten loyal customers from it because you talk to them, you meet them, you become friends on Facebook, and it just expands from there. So.
Yep, that's an awesome idea. I do the same thing. Everybody who comes and buys something from me from Facebook Marketplace, they get a Blitz card. We have like a grocery, we order groceries and someone shops for us and they come and deliver it at our house. Every time someone delivers me groceries, they get a Blitz card and they get a can of energy or green sample or something like that. It's like, I mean, there's so many different ways to get interaction face-to-face in your cold market without worrying about cold messaging people or just sitting on Facebook all day long waiting for someone to reach out to you. And, it's an awesome source of making money with the marketplace now. That's brand new in the past couple of years. So there's no excuse of not being able to come up with the money if you want. Do you hear that? And like he's like getting his stuff ready to go to work and it's like really loud in the background. Sorry guys. But yeah, so anyway, does anybody okay, so Debbie says she friend requests everybody to give them a business and gives them a business card. So yeah, awesome ideas, good ways to expand your network. And I mean, I think you guys can tell like from the few of us who have talked tonight how important events are. And I mean, like I said, we were not even given an excuse. We were not given an option. Like conference was not an option. Like she said, if you want to make $1,000, because my goal when I first started was $1,000 a month. That was my goal. So at that time, I was making maybe $300 a month, if that, for $200, $300 a month. So like I was making nowhere near my goal. But she said, if you want to be successful in this business, and to me, successful was making $1,000 a month because that was my goal. She said, if you want to be successful, you have to be at conference. So buy your ticket and go. Like she was just very straightforward with us and like, you don't have a choice. And she wasn't like, I don't want to say nice about or mean about it, but she was just like, either you go or I'm not talking to you about it again. I'm not helping you. I'm not working with you. I'm not going to chart with you. Like you either go to conference and show me that you mean business or I will drop you like a hot potato. Honestly. Like I don't mean to sound like to scare you guys, but that's literally what our cousin thought and still feels to this day. Like the people that plug in, the people that I see on these Zooms, the people that I see participating in the team pages, the people that are in it those are my people. Those are who I'm going to, spend my time with. Those are who I'm going to focus on. And those are who I'm going to help. Like if you don't want to help yourself, then just sit back in the corner crying because that's just what's going to happen. If you want to be successful, we're all here to help you, but you have to help yourself too. All right. Does that help? I don't know. Does that make you guys excited or does that scare you? Because I feel like it could go either way. I'm not really seeing, I saw a little fear at first and now I'm seeing some smiles. Okay. So I hope that like helped a little bit, you guys. I mean, I can't say enough about it. Conference is huge. Events in itself are huge. I'm excited for you girls who are going to be at Nashville Boot Camp. I hope you give us a little heads up. Hopefully you guys are going to be the first to hear some awesome announcements this weekend. Have so much fun. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free, reach out, you know where we are. But thanks for jumping on tonight. And I hope that this helped kind of get you guys excited about what's to come. I know for a fact there's new products. I know for a fact there's new countries. I don't know any more details than that. But if I know and when I know, of course, I'll be the first to let you guys know. And I'm sure that the girls that are in Nashville, if they know, they will let you guys know. Right? All right, guys. Well, have a great night. We will talk to you soon. Bye.